Good evening, all. I now call the May 20th, 2025 Sugarland 4B Corporation meeting to order. We will now move on to item 2, public comment. Citizens who desire to address the board with regard to matters on the agenda must complete a request to speak form and give it to the city secretary or designee prior to the beginning of the meeting. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. Speakers requiring a translator will have 6 minutes, regardless of the number of agenda items to be addressed.
It's on.
Comments or discussion by the board will only be made at the time of the subject is scheduled for consideration.
We have no one signed up.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to item 3, consideration of and action of the minutes of the March 19th, 2025 Sugarland 4B Corporation meeting, the April 1st, 2025 Sugarland 4B Corporation meeting, and the May 6th, 2025 Sugarland 4B Corporation meeting. Does anybody have any corrections?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All approved?
Aye.
There being 5 votes yes, it's approved. We now move on to item 4, consideration of an action on a budget amendment in the amount of $3,400,000 from the Sugarland 4B Corporation fund balance and $3,600,000 from the Reserve for Opportunity for the Lake Point Green Project. Devin Rodriguez, Director of Development, Redevelopment.
Good evening, Sugarland 4B Board. So we just have a quick item for you today related to a previous action that you're taking. So I'll just do a quick recap. At your May 6th meeting, the Sugarland 4B approved resolution R25-06, and that was granting or authorizing $7 million to the city to support the creation of 5+ acres of park and civic space for the Lake Point Green Project. Since that approval, the city has also approved the Lake Point Redevelopment and Economic Development Incentive Agreement on May 13th, and that included the stipulations, requirements, terms for that $7 million for 4B money. As a reminder, this is just a quick picture of what is the general idea for that civic space for that $7 million. And so you'll see the bridge and the lawn area. I just wanted to show that visual as a reminder. The budget amendment, so the total funding request is $7 million. What our recommendation is to pull $3.6 million from our Reserve for Opportunities. This is that line item that we have annually in terms of opportunities that come our way throughout the year that we might not anticipate. And this opportunity for Lake Point was definitely one of those. And then to draw $3.4 million from our fund balance to make up the $7 million. This does maintain about $1 million in our Reserve for Opportunity for the remainder of the fiscal year. So we will still have that capacity for opportunities for, the other half of the fiscal year that we still have. And with that, and I'll just mention that we did have large printouts at the previous meeting when we talked about this budget amendment also in more depth, but you will see that we still have a very healthy fund balance with this $7 million of the $11 million. We still definitely reach all of our fund policies in terms of being able to do our bond coverage ratio. So with that, our recommendation is approval of a budget amendment in the amount of $3.4 from the Sugarland 4B Corporation fund balance and to use the $3.6 million from our Reserve for Opportunity to implement that funding resolution that you already approved at the May 6th meeting. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Make a motion to approve.
Votes? All approved? Motion to adjourn? Anybody?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All approved.
Let's go.
At this time, the May 20th, 2025 Sugarland 4B Corporation meeting is adjourned.